Tommy, greedy granny. Steal her biscuits, but don't wake her up. One false move is all it takes. They've woken Granny! And there go her teeth! New Greedy Granny, only from Tommy.
Everybody, and welcome to Lunch Therapy. I am your host, Joel Marshall. Today, we're going to do something really unusual for a Tuesday. Usually, it's Barefoot Tuesday, which I'm going to make sure that I take my shoes off anyway. But we're going to have three guests. Three guests from the show The Trust. We've got Tolu, we've got Winnie, and of course, we got Mama Jay Patterson, longtime contributor to the show. Today she is my co-host. We're going to breathe. We're going to do all the things that we normally do, except that we're going to have three guests. Hoy, Clasterfan. Great to see you. Clasterfan had some incredible quiz questions last week. Hopefully we're going to have that next week. Richard Gaddis is here. Time to flock together. Yes, we are hummingbirds. I don't know if I told Tolu or Winnie. Well, I haven't talked to Tolu yet. She's on her way. But I don't know if I told Winnie. But we call ourselves the hummingbirds here. And we flock together. Lunch therapy is on the horizon. Yeah. Holy Todd Lee. Yeah, it's going to be a good one today. We're going to get the dish. We're going to spill the tea. We're going to talk about what it's like to be on a reality program. We're going to find out what the hell happened on the show. Because there was all kinds of crazy stuff. And Tolu is just coming into the green room now. Going to be hanging out with Boney. So that's cool. Can't wait to get them on the show. Just Jay Day. Ginny Sykes has trust issues. I think from this show, I think I got some trust issues. Because I was amazed at what happened. We got Just Jay there on your full on the right side. 2 in is Winnie. And where's Tolu? Tolu's 2 in or 3 in from the left. So let's get into this thing we call lunch therapy. Mary Marks is here. She was at the watch party when we all watched this thing together. Let's get this show on the road. I'm gonna get myself a modem. I'm gonna get myself a modem. Myself a modem. I'm gonna get myself a modem. I'm gonna get myself a modem. I'm gonna get myself a modem. Jay, great to see you. How are you? How are you doing?
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I'm excited to see be here with my girlfriends.
Yeah. Thanks so much for putting this together, having them on the show. We're so excited to have the three of you on the show. We're going to have to breathe, though, because that's what we do on this show at the very beginning, and then we're going to get into this thing talking about The Trust on Netflix, talking about everything that happened and also what happened before. Like, how the hell did this happen that Just Jay Patterson is now Mama Jay? Mama Jay. All right, let's get into the breathing. Okay, for those of you who've never seen the show, I don't know how that's possible. But we do breathing. How is it possible? We do breathing at the top of the show. Mama Jay is going to lead us in 3 deep breaths.
Okay. Here we go. I'm all ready.
I like your technique.
Oh, thank you.
Where did you learn that technique?
It's my own.
You invented that?
I did.
Feels
It's
good.
the Mama J technique.
Love that. Looks like we got. Okay, so Todd Lee says lots of good Mama J scenes, but the best was the fart during the confessional. Tell us about that. How did you feel about that they put that in the show? Did you expect that?
Oh my God. No, that's a fart heard around the world. Right?
It was.
And I said that to you. I said, I can't believe this. And you go, that is comedy gold.
It is comedy gold. It was.
So
Well,
do I have to fart when I perform now?
I think it's probably a good idea. The good thing, the really funny thing was you just had a quick quip where you said, that's called multitasking. I think that's what you said, right?
Yeah.
I laughed and farted at the same time. It's called multitasking.
And that's gonna be some of my merch. Multitasking.
What is that on your shirt? Tell us about that.
Who remembers the famous when I'm spelling? You know, I'm all in feminism, and I spell misogyny wrong.
Yes. Wow. So you spelled it misogny. Misogyny. Well, you know, like you said, most people don't even know what that means, right? Is that what you said in the show?
Yeah.
No idea.
They didn't even know what it meant. I love that word.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you got on the show, how you got famous?
Because of you.
Oh, yeah. I was fishing for compliments there. No,
Yeah.
not because of me. Well, because of me. Something because of me, I suppose. Go ahead. Tell them.
Yes. You had a fellow female comedian on who was from my area in Kansas City. And then you said, interview her. I interviewed her, not knowing that she was a casting director. She sends me a text and says, apply for this right now. And I said, is this a joke? And she goes, no, they're looking for a seasoned woman.
A seasoned woman. I like that. Did you take that as a compliment?
Oh, yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
Do you think I acted seasoned?
I think you acted like a champion reality program athlete. That's what I think. But you were not a big reality program person, right? Had you seen a lot of reality shows?
No, I used to watch Dance Moms and then Married at First Sight and Married at Blind or you know, when you're getting married, you don't know the other person. That's all I watch. I don't watch any. Yeah.
Well, that's something that I wondered about. When you went in there, did you go in there saying, I'm going to compete? Or did you go in there going, I'm going to be the most moral person ever in the world?
I went in there, I was going to be kind-hearted because they interviewed me and said, would you be able to kick somebody off for $25,000? And I said, you know, I just don't think I could. Wow. I did.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
I was wrong.
It proved you wrong.
Can I take $25,000 and just leave? Yeah.
Equal means equal says you're seasoned with chili pepper and sugar. Yes, that's true. You're hot and sweet at the same time, which is a difficult tightrope to walk, right?
It is. It is very. It is. I'm trying to think of a season to brand as Mama J.
Yeah.
Put some Mama J on your ribs.
Do you like being called Mama J?
You know, I have to embrace it because if I'm going to be famous, I have to say Mama J, because if I say I'm Jay Patterson, nobody knows who I am.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm typecast now.
Do you think you're going to change your your Instagram handle, because you've got a very catchy one right now, which is Jay Patterson 2802. Super catchy.
Yeah, I think I've got to live with Mama J, even though some people think that is not honoring me. And my kids, you know what my kids say? They say, she is so not a Mama J, believe us.
Your kids say that. Isn't being a mama like the highest thing, the highest honor? To be a mother, Mother Earth, Mother of the world.
Mother Earth, Mama, loved my kid. No, I was not. You know what? I was golfing. I was playing tennis. They're going, Mom, I need
Absent
help.
Mama J. Absent Mama J. Oh my God. All right. So let's get into this interview because I know, everybody's got stuff to do, and we're just so lucky to have you all here. Let me see if Boney can make sure everybody's in the out of the green room and everything. Boney, you have it handled? Okay, let's just see here. Yep. I think we're ready for launch. We're ready to launch ourselves into the stratosphere here. Everybody is locked and loaded.
Right.
Trust Tuesday. The Trust Tuesday. Barefoot Tuesday on Lunch Therapy. Bad Mama J. Bad Mama J, yeah. All right, yeah. Okay, here we go. We don't have Tolu yet. Not sure where she is, but
Tolu, Winnie?
she's there.
Should be there. Oh, I think she's off.
Winnie, welcome to Lunch Therapy.
Hi.
We'll bring you all on one at a time. Hi, it's so great. I'm so honored to have you here. I really loved your play on the show. I can't figure out what happened. I'm going to be very, very honest here in that I don't know why they turned on you. I have no clue, but clearly everybody turned on you.
Yeah, they did.
So anyway, welcome to Lunch Therapy. I'd love to hear about your experience. How did you get on this show?
So actually a young man reached out to me when I used to live in Atlanta. How he found me, I think he found me through social media.
Yeah.
So, nothing came of it the first time. And so then he reached out to me about this opportunity, and where I was in my life, I was like, shit, I don't got shit going on. So why the fuck not? So ended up going through the process.
Yeah.
Ended up going through the process, went through it. It's been a blessing. It's been great for me. Honestly, it hasn't been bad for me.
Yeah.
I prepped my mental for this whole experience. I've gone viral twice before, so I know how the internet works and how horrible they could be. But I had already built my tough skin and already built my mental to prepare me for anything.
Yeah.
The negative comments and stuff like that as well. So it's been fine for me, honestly.
Were you already kind of a social influencer before this thing happened? You said you went viral.
I don't think I was an influencer. No, I just have a lot of people already following me, but I wouldn't say I was an influencer. I am a fashion girly, though. I am a fashion girly.
You're a what? What is that?
I'm a fashion girly. I like.
Oh, a fashion girly. Of course, you are. You're like a model, and you're like an athlete, and you've already been really kind of out there publicly. Do you think that that's one of the reasons they selected you for the show?
I honestly feel like they selected me because of my personality and who I am as a person. Like you said, I've done a lot from being an athlete to doing bodybuilding, from modeling to working in, the restaurant industry to working in tech. Like it's so much about me that a lot of people don't know on this show. Yeah. And that's why it's just so interesting listening to the comments and stuff. I'm like, you guys don't know me at the end of the day. Like,
I did not understand what happened because I thought you were like one of the strongest, most moral players in the whole house and one of the most intelligent people. And then all of a sudden, for some reason, like it just took a turn. And what happened? Was there something behind the scenes that we didn't know about?
I think what happened was, honestly, just looking at everything, listening to the interviews that the other people have been doing and so forth, the bullshit that's been coming out of their mouth as well. I think a lot of people like strong women, right? Yeah. But when they come into the presence of strong women, women that have backbones for their own and stand on what they say and what they mean, and don't really tether into the bullshit.
Yeah.
I think that they get a little frightened. To me, I'm sorry, but I feel like the boys got very frightened. Their tails were in between their legs most of the game, and I feel like they chose me as the head of the snake, so they called it. But it was very interesting to see how you guys went after me so quickly, but you saved other people who did worse. You were literally laying in the bed with somebody who did worse than me, but she got a pass. It was just interesting to see that. And then it's also interesting to see like some of the comments that are being made. I'm like, were we not in the same house? Did y'all forget half of the stuff that I did with y'all and for y'all? Like, I'm so confused. So I just think that they just got scared. They knew that I was going to be coming because Jake was going to be the next one gone. Literally. Yeah. He really was.
Yes.
So
yes.
They got scared, and that's all it was.
And
so
Winnie, I want to ask you something.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Joel, can I ask? Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
please.
want to ask her, what do you think about the comment that has been made is, what if I would have hung on one more day? Because they were after you and I, right? And somebody has said, what if you would have hung on one more day? Then you and Winnie would have been there. And I actually never thought about that, but I think that's true. I think we could have taken Jake down if I would have stayed one more day. But I don't know. What do you think?
I think the only way we were going to be able to do that, because it was honestly us three. Like, we couldn't count on Julie for shit. And then we didn't know what we thought we could count on Lindsay until we found out what was going on with Lindsay. So then that became three to four. The only way we were going to be successful in getting him out was if something was thrown our way to where it dismantled them or had to cut one of their people out and then helped us, basically. Or if we didn't, I say maybe if we talked to Lindsay maybe a little bit nicer, or whatever the case may be, and got her back on our side, that probably would have worked. But to me, after seeing that at the poker table, and then you remember when you came into our room and you were like, hey, are you guys really my friends? After you seeing that, Lindsay had already made her decision to be on the other side, and she got played like a clown.
Yeah.
But wasn't that weird, though, how Lindsay just got all mad? Like, everybody was kind of on her side, and then all of a sudden she just was like, you guys betrayed me. You threw me under the bus. She just lost it.
Yeah, it was bizarre watching it because, I missed it. But that, what just killed me that day was it was an hour before we went to the poker table that I knew Lindsay was not even my friend. And when I'd been there a week and a half, right? It was very sad. I could actually talk about it today and not cry. And this is a first. Really.
Did you have a lot of emotional moments on the set, Mama Jay? Mama? Hey, Mama. I'm getting used to this Mama thing. It's fun.
Hey, Mama. No, I think I did pretty good. It was just that it was getting dicey for me, wasn't it, Winnie?
Yeah.
It got dicey. But we all had emotional moments. Yeah.
I'm going to bring Tolu on because she's in the green room. Let's see if I can get her on here.
I hope so. I know she said she had a hard out, whatever that means.
Yeah, she had a hard out. I want to make sure that I get her on here. Let's get to, let's see. I'm still not seeing her yet.
Okay.
I'm going to play this thing called Spark. It's really, it's called, The Ari Perkins. It's a person on TikTok talking about y'all. And it's going to be good. Here we go.
The way that Tolu and Winnie rightfully checked to the motherfucking end of episode 6, I was like, yeah. Because the whole house was against them for no reason. It was given they was intimidated by that bomb, but they said, nah, we're going to flip the scripts and expose the real snakes in this bitch. In Exhibit A, she already knew she was about to have that ass handed to her by Winnie. That's why she ain't had nothing to say, because she already knew what was going down. And honestly, she really ain't had no reason to be acting like that. Like, everyone liked you at one point. And once Mama J spotted that fakeness, she said, I'm out this bitch. You gonna offer me that $25K after I got them 3 little coins? Period. I'm gone because y'all fake ass bitches. I wasn't gonna make it to the end anyway. So let me just go ahead and take my little change. And Big Texas, count your motherfucking days, because it ain't no reason for you to be acting like that. It's giving wolf in sheep's clothing. Somebody, you want as many people to make it to the end as possible. Why is y'all acting like that towards Winnie? It doesn't make sense. It's giving y'all are intimidated by the bond that her and Tolu have. And y'all want to destroy it.
I think that was like perfectly said. It was exactly my experience of the show. Like, what the heck was going on with that? Ah, Tolu is here. Yeah. All right. Welcome. So glad to have you here, Tolu. Yes. Welcome to Lunch Therapy.
Hi, Tolu.
Oh, we can't hear you yet. Oh, no. Why not?
Oh no, issues.
She's going to be...
Wait, can y'all hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
So great to have all of you here. Oh, my God. Yeah.
And this is their first live. When I told them, I go,
Really?
ladies, this is live, unedited.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Live and unedited. That's right. We can't, but you know, the great thing about it being live is we can't re-edit it so that we make you look a different way. You know what I mean? Like, did you feel, Tolu, did you feel that about the show, that you were like presented in a way that maybe you didn't want to be presented?
Oh, when I watched the first batch of episodes, I was like, oh, she's kind of spicy. I was like, whoa, okay, so you have my snappy scenes in there. Where are the scenes of me being like fun and playful? I don't see any of that. What's going on?
Jenny Sykes says, were you playing exaggerated versions of yourself? What do you think about that?
No. Okay, so here's the thing. With me, I am just very extra by nature. Like, I am just a very extra person. My whole thing is every facet of me is extra to a point. Like, so when I'm mad, oh yeah, you really gonna feel that. When I feel a kind of way, you really gonna feel that. But in the same breath, when I'm like happy and jovial and just playing around with my friends, you're really gonna feel that. So I feel like everybody got like a really good dose of spicy Tolu. And they didn't get to see more of like sweet Tolu. So everybody's just looking at me like, she's
It's very sweet. She's so sweet.
nice.
Wow. What do you, also, my question is, when you go on a reality show, are you trying to be the most moral person, or are you just trying to win? Is it a game, or is it life? Where do they meet? Because a lot of times they judge you like, oh my God, I can't believe you're voting people off. Well, this is the game we're playing, right?
Thank you. So I'll just say this, and I can only speak from my experience, because from what I've been hearing, everybody has their own like story of casting. And a lot of people were just reached out to personally. I was not one of those people. They did not reach out to me directly. I actually, in the house, I had the lowest amount of followers of everybody. Even Brian, Mr. Cattleman. Like,
Yeah.
I think it was me and Jay who were tied. Me and Jay were tied for lowest following. And so when they reached out to me, I was very or they didn't reach out to me. I applied by seeing an ad. So the ad that I saw, it said, oh, brand new reality show on major streaming platform. Opportunity to win life-changing amount of money. That was the call to action.
Yeah.
Opportunity to win life-changing amount of money. I looked at that ad, I said, I like life-changing amount of monies.
Yes.
Like I would like my life to change with more money. So I applied so quick. And then when I applied, they called me. I did like 17 rounds of interviews. They were like, we love you. Because they could see that I was a bitch that was really about her money. So they were like, oh, we love you. Did not even know it was Netflix until we were blindfolded on the edge of a cliff. And then I saw Brooke and she was like, congratulations, you're on Netflix. And I was like, what?
Wow.
So,
So you didn't know that? You didn't know that?
No.
Really?
Why do I think
I thought it was going to be like Tubi.
Yeah. I don't think, Jay, you didn't know that either. I think you just went and you didn't even know what the game was about, right? You didn't even know.
No, we didn't even know the name of it. But I thought I knew it was Netflix.
Yeah.
I think I knew it was Netflix, but maybe not. That was a long time ago.
Vernus is asking where she can see the show. You can see it on Netflix.
On
All the
Netflix.
all the episodes are there. It's really quite a ride. I mean, don't you feel like they were? Yeah, they're next to me there. Right there. Winnie, did you feel like they made you a caricature of yourself? Just like maybe they did that with Tolu. Maybe they did that with Mama J too. Do you feel like they try and make you a caricature?
I think that they definitely made me, and again, I can only speak for myself. I think that they definitely they showed my strongness. They definitely showed who I am, literally. But they didn't show a lot of the nice, sweet things that I was doing towards other people and for other people. None of that was shown whatsoever. So everybody just thinks I'm this bully and I'm this, what did Jay call me? A narcissist. And it's like,
a narcissist? Somebody called you a narcissist?
Jake called me a narcissist.
Oh
Mind you,
God.
the first episode with me and Jake is him wearing my fucking shoes.
Yeah. I couldn't
So
figure
there's
out.
a lot of things in the house that were not shown.
I could not figure out why Jake was not voted off like immediately. Like for me as a viewer, I'm like, this guy's got to go. And I don't. Maybe part of it is that Jay had sent me some podcast that he was doing where he was saying all kinds of things that I was just like, what is it? Who is this guy? That I didn't agree with. But why didn't y'all just get Jake out of there?
I say because of the
sure.
apologies to Tolu is kind of why Tolu. Remember he apologized because he was out.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, he was out and he had apologized. And Tolu said, I felt like it was very sincere and I trusted Tolu. So then I voted somebody else out. But do you agree, Tolu?
Yeah, that's what happened. There were a lot of incidences where, just going into this, there were just a lot of incidences where I experienced and myself and Winnie, but I'll speak on my experienced like a lot of microaggressions from him because there were just moments in time where he literally every single instance he always addressed us by our race or our ethnicity.
Yeah.
And then my whole issue is it sucks that was the only scene that the viewers got to see because I'm getting so much backlash oh Tolu, why do you wear all these African clothes and these African earrings and then get mad when he gives you a compliment and calls you his African queen? And I was like, well, it's not, y'all only saw that one single time. Every single time I had a conversation with Jake, he always brought up my race. If I wasn't an African something, I was a chocolate something, I was Nigerian something. It's weird. Nobody constantly wants to be addressed by their race or their culture. I wouldn't look at my friend and think it's just weird. So I had that conversation because I was like, enough is enough. Enough is a freaking enough.
Well, and also calling you, if I were to call you my African queen, there's an ownership there that feels weird too, don't you think? Like when you say you're my, like if you're not super close with the person and they're saying my, that feels weird, right? So it might be just the whole, and also it's not just like he did it once. It's like he does it a bunch of times and then it becomes weird.
Every single time.
Yeah, it becomes weird. Like almost like the person is putting you in a box.
Yes.
And they own the box.
And they own the box. And the thing is, that was such a defining moment. They show us all sitting there by the ocean. Mm-hmm. And I'm going, oh my God, that was the day he would have been gone.
Yeah.
And then, but we also had Julie sitting there, which we don't know what's really quite going on there, right? That was getting all crazy. So yeah, that's where it seems like we didn't have a chance after that. Do you guys feel like that? I felt like that was our one chance because there was going to be enough votes to do it. Do you think? Yeah.
Also, I have a question. Wasn't that also the time, that was also the moment where we just got done playing the whatchamacallit, and it was like if no one voted, we would get money put back into the trust?
Mm-hmm.
No.
It's before then. I think they're talking about before. Was it before?
Well, yeah, Jake made up with you, Tolu. And did you feel like he played you there? Did you feel like he was insincere, but it came across as sincere?
Yeah, so when we're in the house, I feel like everything just feels heightened, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when he was apologizing, I was like, okay, like it was the line where he was like, I could defend it, but that would just minimize everything you're saying. I want you to know that you're seen and you're heard. And I was like, okay, like this is a
Yeah.
person that I feel has the capacity for growth and change.
Mm-hmm.
And so in that moment, I wanted to
Well,
hindsight is
that's very
2020,
good. That's
Lord.
very good of you to have, you know what I mean? Like to not have some kind of preconceived notion about somebody and try and take them for face value. And then later
Yeah,
on you
so I
find
just
out,
wanted to be like precisely,
yeah.
precisely.
Yeah.
And do I regret it? Wholeheartedly, but we live and learn.
We all regret it.
We all regret it, but we were in it together. That's where the three of us, you could see, okay, I trust Tolu. I'm going with her. I mean, it was total 100% trust all the way, except poor Winnie didn't know I kicked off Simone, who I hadn't heard the sad story, and Winnie was
Oh, you didn't
heartbroken.
hear that story. Oh, yeah. So we're like, what the hell, Mama J? You just voted her off? She's like
Oh
a
my
single
God,
mother,
yes,
and
I
her husband walks out on her every once in a while and comes back. And then
my
he
God,
decided to
I
vote her
didn't
off.
know
You,
that. I didn't know.
the
I
one who
didn't
can't
know
spell
it.
misogyny. I know, it's
I
kind
know
of
the one who
surprising.
can't spell misogyny has no heart, but I had not heard the story. So Winnie is so upset, and so I'm sitting with Tolu going, I know I've lost Winnie as a friend. And Tolu goes, no, Mama J, it's okay. Just let her have her time. And I go, do you remember that, Tolu?
Yeah, I remember that. That was a spicy night. Oh Lord.
That was a spicy night. Yeah.
What about Jules? I want to say his name is Jules, but it's Jules.
Jewels.
That was so surprising, I think, for most of us. Like, we're like, why did you choose this guy? Why? No, it wasn't. Tell us about it.
He needed to go, especially after seeing like his recent interviews and the things that he's saying. He needed to go. I feel like everybody, me and Tolu have been getting the backlash the most for this. Oh, you voted off the only black man. You're an
Yeah.
embarrassment to black people. Blah 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 blah. Let me make this very clear.
Yeah.
We're in a game. Jewels literally came in the house lying about who he was.
Yeah.
I think that he thought he was about to be on like a reality show with young girls, and we were gonna be
I think he
ooh,
thought it was gonna be too hot to handle. He thought it was gonna be
yeah.
too
And
He
hot
was
to
on a
weren't
handle.
different
impressed
show.
by
He was on a different show from everybody else, huh?
exactly. We weren't impressed by any of that. So for us, whenever we got together and we talked about Jewels,
Yeah.
it was the same thing. His story wasn't consistent, and then every conversation he had, hey, just to let you know, I'm not voting. Just to let you know, I'm not voting. Just to let you know, I'm not voting. And it's like it's a fucking game. Let's be serious.
That's so
And
interesting.
I don't think they knew this about me. I'm from the 20s, when I was in my 20s and 30s. That was back when you'd go to the bachelorette parties.
Yeah.
And those frickin' male strippers would come and drag you on stage and hump you and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh.
I had stripper PTSD. So I'm like, no, I can't be around a stripper.
Oh my God. Yeah. Pam says Jules made the mistake to lie about what he did from the get-go. I felt the same about Lindsay. Well, yes. I mean, there were a lot of people like lying for no apparent reason. Bryce, of course. What happened there? I mean, outwardly, me watching the show, they said he was a millionaire, or they said that somebody was a millionaire, and he said, no, I'm not a millionaire. So he lied there. But then he decided, I'm going to be honest. But it kind of seemed like he wanted to be honest just so he could brag. Was he like that?
Exactly.
Is that what happened? That's what it seemed like to me.
For me, I just felt like Bryce was trying to like connect with us, but it was falling short. Like it wasn't genuine. And then
Yeah.
I just feel like you can't come into the house talking about how I want everybody to see me more than my money and XYZ, but then you come to the table talking about I'm Daddy Bryce and you throw up, oh, and I got my Armani shoes on. It's like that didn't make sense. Like
Yeah.
I personally feel like he just shot himself in the foot.
Yeah, I think so too. I also think maybe he smiles a lot when he's saying something that is not something to be smiling about. Like, you know what I mean? That's what it comes across to me. So when somebody does that, I have a response of like, what's this guy hiding, or what's going on? Does he have some malicious intent or what? I don't know, but that's just my own observation.
Now here is me. This is Miss Midwest Mama J. I had no idea. Everybody, even Gaspar, knew he had all this fancy shit in his stuff. I had not a clue. I knew he had money, but I didn't know he had fancy. I didn't know any of that. I mean, I'm sharing a bathroom with him, and I was clueless.
What, how they show you guys in the bathroom getting ready and stuff like that? Aren't you worried about like that they're going to film you they got you, Mama J, while you were farting. So aren't you like worried that it's like a little too intimate with these reality shows?
Eating in bed.
No, because
you had to be careful if you came out of the bathroom. Now, the bathroom itself, you're safe. But if you open the bathroom door, and a couple of times, I think they did see my breasts. I think
somewhere
because I forgot. Mm-hmm.
Wow,
but they didn't put it's not out there.
That it must be so weird being on a reality show when you do those. What do they call them when you're just talking to the camera? It's
interviews.
Confessionals. Oh. When you do your confessional, Tolu. So when you do your confessional, a lot of times it's like we don't know when you're doing this. You know what I mean? It seems like they have you go through it as if it's happening in present time. Is that how they do it, or what? When you do your confessional, because you're like, I think you're talking after you know the result of maybe a vote or something like that, but you're talking as if you don't.
Yeah, they do. So it depends. So we usually like batch up on the confessionals all at once. They're like, okay, so we're going to talk about this scene. Let me set the scene, put yourself back in the mood. And then, so we're just like in there, back in the mood, talking about it. But a lot of times the stuff has already happened. But sometimes, like, if a certain hot button scene has happened, they'll quickly, like, grab you, remove you from the group, and throw you in a confessional so they can get, like, that authentic raw emotion. And just like, I'm so mad! They're like, shh, tell me the confessional. Tell us more about it.
Why were there no birds? This is one of the people asked in the chat room. Why no birds? We never found out why there were no birds. Mama J said it. I don't understand why there are no birds, but what was going on? You're in the Dominican Republic, no birds.
I think it was because me and Winnie had that little conversation, and I think it's because there are booms and microphones and cameras and drones everywhere around us. Right, Winnie? I mean, I think they were just freaked out, except that vulture they kept putting over me.
So they have cameras just kind of stuck on the wall that like they do remote control or what?
Cameras on the wall, but also big, like, what would you call them? Big arms, and then cameras. So, for instance, the picnic scene, there was a camera on a big arm, and it's on us, and microphones and stuff.
Wow. What about Lay's potato chips? Are they reaching out to you yet, Mama J, for some product placement?
No. And that's all I have asked. I am so humble. This is all I have said. To every interview, I say, all I want is a Lay's commercial. That's all.
There we go. Put it out there in the universe. Lay's commercial for Jay. Please.
I will be eating more chips if Mama J is on a Lay's.
I love that. And what about you, Tolu? You had these incredible outfits. Is that, do people give you outfits? Where did you find all these incredible outfits?
Oh, those all came from my closet.
From your closet? You have a closet like that?
Yes, those were all, I am not sponsored by anybody. Those were all from my closet. So a lot of those outfits are actually custom made in Nigeria. So kind of the way that we do our traditional attire is it's usually custom made. It's not ready to wear. So you go to a tailor, they take your measurement, you pick the fabric, you pick the design, and then they slap it all together. So that's what you guys saw. So I have a lot of people who are like, oh, I want the link to the white dress. I want the link to the blue dress. I want the link to this shirt.
No
and
link.
I'm like, I'm so sorry. There's no link.
Original. And now, yeah. And then Winnie, I remember when we first got there, we were having little conversations trying to learn about each other. And I remember you said you had just come from a New York fashion show.
Oh, yeah. I walked in New York Fashion Week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So are you?
Because how tall are you? How tall are you, Winnie?
5'10".
5'10". So yeah. So she always had these
Okay, so Tolu, we're going to have to ask you about the very end of the show. At the end of the show, and for those of you that haven't watched the show, maybe you're going to cover your ears or whatever. But how did you feel about how that went down at the end of the show? Did you feel like you were playing the game in an ethical way, or did you care about that? Do you care about what the other people thought of you? Do you regret making that decision, or do you think that was the right decision to make, to take the money?
I don't regret that at all. Oh, no.
Yeah. I wouldn't regret it either, because that's the game, right?
Precisely. People forget my call to action. Again, I was not hand selected for this like other people. I answered a call, and the call that I answered was life-changing amount of money. That is what I answered.
Yeah.
And so, especially in that house, especially with after how they did Winnie, and with me, I was like, y'all literally wanted to eliminate me 24 hours ago. I don't feel safe in this house. And if anything, let's say I do want to turn a new leaf and like stop playing the game, stop voting. Like, I am not going to walk out with $0 and 0 cents. I'm not going to pull a Lindsay on my ass. Hell no. So I saw a guaranteed 25K, and I was like, I came here to win money. I came here to take money back to my family. I am taking something home. And like, if we get to the end and I make it towards the end, great. If not, hey, I got a 25K safety net. So people, I've gotten so many comments, DMs, there's Reddit threads, there's Twitter things, like everything. People are calling me selfish. I lack no integrity. I'm a disgrace. I'm like, look, y'all can say what y'all want to say. At the end of the day, I made the smartest decision for myself. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, well, I want everybody to look at me like I miss his integrity, or I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings at the potential detriment to myself. No, if that's being selfish, fuck yes, I am selfish. I am going to look out for myself because nobody else is going to look out for me. And that's on period.
Well,
so would I take it again? Yeah.
Do we call Olympic athletes selfish because they win the gold medal? You should have given it to the other person. Exactly. They're playing a game. You were playing a game. I don't understand. I think somehow the rest of the cast, or a lot of the cast, got it mixed up with life. That they were somehow supposed to be living life.
This is not real life.
How would you?
This is a game. Period.
Winnie, how would you change the game for the next season? Like, if you were going to do, I imagine there will be another season. How would you change it?
Honestly, I don't think I would change anything. I think the only thing I would probably add is like a twist, like bring somebody back or something of that sort. Just add a little bit more.
Bring somebody back.
I personally feel like they did a great job.
Yeah. I wonder, though, about the choosing to vote people off, like how you have a choice to vote anybody off. Like, does that, I mean, obviously that's different from Survivor. Survivor, every single time you have to vote somebody off. What did you think about the choice to have it be up to you whether you're going to vote somebody off or not? Do you think that caused trouble, or would you change that at all?
I don't think that caused, me personally, I don't think that caused any trouble, because even though we had alliances, yes, still at the end of the day, Brooke asked you, you don't have to vote anybody off. You don't have to make the decision. You could have, somebody easily could have been a person and been in our face and been like, yeah, we'll vote, and then not vote, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
I don't think that really caused the issue. I think what caused the issue is you had people who had backbones and you had people who didn't. And the people who didn't have their own backbones were intimidated and scared, and they grouped together and did what they did. That's what it was. Because if you think about it, without us three, that show would not be what it was. No. I'm sorry to say that show wouldn't be what it was without us three.
Like, how boring would it be, too, if everybody just like, we're going to go all the way to the end, and then they just sat around a table and ate food. Do you think...
And Joel, the other thing is the whole concept of this show is different because more than one person could win. Yeah. But that didn't mean 11 people and going home with $10,000.
Yeah.
Right?
Tolu, did you have something to say too?
I do have to head out soon. Like, I'm enjoying everything. So I just wanted to like give everybody a little I love you guys. I love you guys so much. This has been amazing. Like, oh my gosh, this is the scariest but funnest thing that I've done since the show has dropped. So,
Thank you,
like, oh my God, being live.
All right. Thanks so much for being on the show. I'll let you drop off, and we just really appreciate you being on the show, Tolu. I'm going to hang with Mama Jay and Winnie just for a little bit more here, if that's okay. And so thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you in more shows, reality and otherwise.
Fingers crossed. Amen. Amen.
Cool.
I claim that.
Excellent.
Bye, you guys. I love y'all.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Tolu.
Oh, that was nice. Oh my gosh.
And
Yeah.
so Tolu and Winnie, they are a short plane trip.
Claim to fame? Is that what we're trying to say here?
Wagon trip for me. They're a short plane trip for me. So I'm hoping we're going to be able to get together. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the question from Pam Palmieri. Are you saying that you haven't gotten paid yet, Jay?
Nope, none of us have gotten our money yet.
Oh, do you think maybe they might welch on you? Is that a word, welch?
No. I'm hoping that I'm hoping it's collecting interest.
Yes, right. You got to get interest for this thing. How long ago did you shoot this thing? Was it like almost a year ago, right?
March.
Winnie, can you tell me something about like being a public figure and people having all kinds of attitude towards things you did or things you didn't do or how you were portrayed? How do you keep your mind right in the swarm of all that stuff?
It's funny because they never showed my secret, and my secret was more so like a statement. And my statement in life is, if you don't fuck me, you don't feed me, or you don't finance me, your opinion about me doesn't matter. I feel like when it comes to social media, you have a lot of sad, miserable people on there, and they don't have nothing to do but to go at people, whether you're doing good, whether you're doing bad, whether you're the richest person or the poorest person, whatever. And so, again, like I said earlier, I've been viral twice. So I already know how the internet works and just who I am as a person and my mental state. I've been called ugly, a man, I'm a snake, I need to go back to Africa, I need to die, I need to do this. And I clap back if I have time, but at the end of the day, you also have the decision to swipe left and block, swipe left and delete, and keep it pushing about your day. You have to set the tone of what you're gonna tolerate and what you're gonna accept. And if you're confident within yourself and you know none of that shit is true, then keep it pushing. None of those people were on the game. None of those people were there. None of those people can say their faces on Netflix at all. They can sit there and say they would have played Kumbaya, but that game, the time that we were there, it would have forced our hands to vote or to get somebody off, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. You too, Jay? You feel that way? Like, you read all the stuff, right? You see everything that happens out there, right?
I do. I honestly, I'm being humble, like I always am, and I have been treated very kindly on the internet, and it was very hard for me because when the first episodes came out, I remember talking to Tolu and Winnie because this was all new to me, all new. I don't have followers. I'm a Facebook girl. I was shocked, and don't you agree, Winnie? I was oblivious. And I just remember Tolu saying, "But Mama Jay, they love you. They love you." And I'm going, "Where?" She goes, "Go on Twitter." I've never been on Twitter, So
What's Twitter? I only know X.
I had an X on my phone, but I didn't know what it was. And so anyway, I have been blessed. I have been called some names, I have my old ass, my fat ass, I'm a snake, but nothing. For the most part, I have been kind of beloved. So I don't know. I really.
I think a lot of people also that watch the show don't know that you're a comedian.
No, I know, and I wasn't put out there that I was.
Yeah.
Although although they're seeing it on the interviews, I think people are but I don't know that I really still am promoting that, to be honest. Maybe I need to go on there. I go, "Did you all know I'm a comedian?"
Sometimes you have to do that.
I don't know.
Sometimes you have to do that. Yeah.
I didn't know how to do Instagram stories. All I knew how to do was put a picture of me on Instagram. I didn't know about they're asking me questions, and I just learned that a week and a half ago. So you
That's
should
great.
see me at night. I'm going, they go, Mama Jay, we love you. What was your favorite part? I go, oh, let's see. My favorite part was, and I do that.
You know what I love about you,
never
Jay,
done-
too, is you're always open to learning. You're always open, and that's something, a lesson for all of us, is to always be open for
Yes.
learning, always be available, and don't like just put the brakes on when you see something that you don't understand, because sometimes that could be like a key to unlocking a door that to a wonderful world. So I want to say thanks to both of you for being on the show. I'm going to have to end the show now. Thanks for taking the time. This has been super fun. Winnie, you are awesome. Just blessed to have you on the show. Jay, of course, is a regular on the show, so I just want to have her on. In the future, of course, maybe she can co-host some shows in the future as well. That'd be great. I would love that. Everybody says, sends you their love. We're going to dance it out now with Adam Pierce, another reality program person who's been on the show. He was on The Voice, and he's singing a little rock and roll with his acoustic guitar. Anything you want to say to viewers before you leave, Winnie?
I love you guys. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you for tuning in. We greatly, greatly appreciate you guys. And for those that understand what a game is, we appreciate you even more.
Exactly. It's a game, people. It's a game.
It's okay.
All right, Adam Pierce.
Here we go.
Pick this song for you. Don't back down.
I won't back down. No, I won't back down. You can stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. Well, I'll stand my ground, won't be turned around, and I'll keep this
Going over to
world
Adam
from
Pierce
dragging
Music
me down. Gonna
and subscribe there.
stand my ground.
Puts out a song a week. Plus he's
Won't back down. I won't back down, baby.
All right, thank you all, and I'll see you all on Friday for more lunch therapy. Ray Scanlon has a little subbed to him because of the Zeppelin song. Yeah, he's fantastic. Love Adam Pierce. And we love Winnie, we love Tolu. We'll see y'all later.
Well, I
been
know
lunch therapy.
what's right.